How's it going, everyone? Sorry I haven't posted anything for a while. I've been really busy, but I thought as I'm building this shed base, I thought I'd share with you the methods I take to try and prolong the life of it to give it many more years of service. So basically, my first method with shed bases is I like to get them up off the floor. Timber that's on the floor that sits on mud or has a chance of sitting saturated doesn't tend to last very long unless it's been treated for that sort of environment. Don't quote me on it, but I think in the UK or in England it's used class 4 UC4 timber. That's for direct contact with soil, so I like to get it off the floor. What I've got here, I've got concrete pads. So these are concrete blocks that I've got concreted in place, that's level throughout. Above the concrete pads I've got a membrane. There's a plastic membrane under here to stop any moisture coming up through the blocks and then soaking into my timber. And then I've got a weed membrane, a heavy duty weed membrane over the whole area for where there's no plastic, to make sure no weeds come up. And then every now and again, where I wanted a bit of extra support, I've put some feet, which you probably see a little one there in the corner, some extra feet for support. So that's my first point. My second point is I use pressure treated timber. This is a high quality C24 grade pressure treated timber as well. C24 being the structural grade, and then it's pressure treated. As you can see, there's some shingle down just to hold everything in place whilst I was building it, to hold the membranes down, stop anything blowing around. So just for some reference, this is quite a large base. So what I've done is I've built this out of these are 4x2s, as I said, pressure treated timber. I've done them at 300 centers, so it's quite small centers, so obviously it's going to be really strong. I've got plenty of concrete pads in and plenty of additional feet. So where I've tried to limit the amount of water or moisture that this is going to be exposed to with the membrane, obviously then the weed barrier, the fact that it's already pressure treated, it's off the floor. The last thing I do normally is I just give it 2 coats, depending on what product I'm using, or if the product wants specifies more or less of an extra preserver, just to give it an extra ability to try and repel any water. And this is just additional treatment that I like to put on, because once you put your base down or all your decking boards, you know, whatever sheet material you're using, you can't get back at it. So I like to do it this time round. But it's important to mention that obviously where it's pressure treated timber, I've given this plenty of time to dry out. It's had a few weeks down to dry out. It's had pretty much constant sunshine. I don't think we've even had any rainfall in the last few weeks, so this is really nice and dry. But I'm not gonna go into it too much, but obviously just have a little read up online about painting or treating, staining pressure treated timber, because there is methods to it. But like I say, there's plenty of people out there explaining that a lot better than I can. So do a bit of reading on that, and do a bit of reading on what products you're going to use to treat for the situation that you're in or the environment that your base is going to be in. But if you are using any sort of products that are hazardous to the environment, or obviously be careful where you're getting it, you're not spilling it everywhere. Obviously it's important, so make sure you wear all your PPE. I've got a glove on the hand that I'm painting. I would have a glove on this hand as well, but I'm using it to touch the screen of the camera and that, so it doesn't work through the gloves. But wear your PPE, masks, eye protection, gloves. Don't get it on yourself, obviously, and that's it. But yeah, that's basically what I do. So I get it off the ground, I limit any chances of moisture getting at it, and then I give it additional protection. And like I said, with this I'll give it 2 coats with plenty of drying time in between, and hopefully that'll give me plenty more years of service. Should last me a long time. But that's it, that's my method to prolonging the life of a shed base, and I'll catch you in the next one. Like and subscribe if it was any good to you,